wagons in every single city that I can. At the moment that's just coastal ones. And then I need to start getting myself established in these cities. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, but hey. There are only, according to my spreadsheet here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Minden is meant to be the most elite of all the inland cities, of all the cities in the game. Are there any new cities we found using the uni, Jake? No, there are not. Let's go to somewhere where I am actually king. Can't go wrong with Flensburg, right? I've done everything here. Wow, I didn't even upgrade my university. I've been pretty cruel to Flensburg then. Neshved then. Where's my university? There is still building trade to be done. Reduce the cost of craftsmen during wall construction. Well, that might be handy actually, considering I construct a lot of walls. Alright, good. So, what I'm doing, I'm going to all these places and demanding lots of wagons. Sure, it might take a long time for them to be made, but at least they'll be demanded. And I mean a lot. I'm talking 20 per city because their capacity is so low. 20 wagons is 1 Carvel worth of capacity. And I know, this is going to be exciting stuff, I know. Why did they make them so small? Why did they not make upgrades for them? Why was this add-on $20? $20 to have, okay, some quality of life improvements. I'll give them that. Otherwise, you get the princes moaning at you, demanding endless money and sieging you down. You get inland cities where you'll get robbed at no matter what you do. And you'll get one type of wagon. Apparently I've got quite a few wagons here, but I'm going to need more. Lubeck as well, even you do not escape. Jake, at least we can smile at the thought of enormous armies and caravans and mercenaries you'll be sending into Germany. Yeah. I wonder if it's worth bringing mercenaries. Like, is it better to just not have them and eat the costs of being attacked? I just don't understand it. They attack you anyway, so I don't get it. What is your defense against these attacks meant to be? Mercenaries just die. So, are you meant to micro them? This whole game is mostly about offsetting micro through good planning. Well, maybe that's more what Factorio is. I can't wait to play Factorio. Gets me all hot and bothered from the descriptions I've heard of it. You go, Hamburg. You go. Oh yeah, wasn't I meant to be offsetting the Hamburg issue somehow? Yeah, I think it's by having these guys at low production. So when I look at Hamburg, my current setup, Hamburg is meant to be... No, it's meant to be 100 cloth guys. Now have you set it 70%? Should probably have you at 100%. Oh wait, no, I set you at 70 purposefully just to keep the occupation down. That's okay. Isn't there a shortcut for pressing OK, Jake? Oh, you poor sweet summer child. You have no idea. It's not enter, it's not C, it's not V, it's not X. It's not anything. You just gotta click. Because this game loves clicking. Every time you're clicking, you're engaging. People that engage have fun and buy more expansions. Except they only made one expansion for this. That's a dreadful thing. I probably would keep buying more for this awful game. Except they don't really do modular expansion. They do whole expansions, which you need. It's like what EU3 did with Heir to the Throne, In Nomine, Napoleon's Ambition, Divine Will. Boring myself to death thinking of EU3. That can't be right. No, it's just that it's pretty late. But that's okay, these wagons need to be made. Is there no way to mod wagons to have more carrying capacity? Yeah, there are, but I'm not really sure if that's worth doing. I mean, I could... A fair thing to do would be to mod their carrying capacity, but let's say I made it 1,000. That would only be fair if I made their cost increase, their materials increase. Actually, that's a great idea. I could actually make my own wagon, probably. As long as I put the asset in. Who came up with that idea? Dennis Wolf. It's not a bad idea. In fact, it's a pretty damn good idea. Okay, what is there to do? Well, what I want is one of my wagons. This one I'll do. No, nobody to pick up there. Where do I have any free wagons then? Just free ones are fine. Rostock have 9 of them. Let's head over to Rostock for a laugh. Doopy-doo-doo. Wait, what is going on with his... What is this? What the heck is that? It's like he's putting out this slime trail behind him. Alright, there we go. Let's just stock you up. I need to establish myself, which means I need to get goodies. Preferably exotic goodies. Now, who has exotic goodies? Well, I mean, Haarlem have everything, but they're too far away from me right now. Cologne? Nah, they don't have much either. Well, I mean, I'm currently in Rostock, right? They got good stuff. I just buy up a lot of pretty much everything. Hell, they'll get it back. Because what I need to do now is become a popular man. Well, I'm almost out of space here. Alright, ditch the grain, that's less important. Spices, that'll make me a popular man. Wine will make me popular, depending where I go. Meat will pit. Hemp will make me popular. Grain won't honestly make me that popular. Pelts will. Pitch will. Cheese will. It's all good. Alright, that should be plenty. Let's go and buy up these towns' hearts. Let's also hope that I don't get attacked. Actually, on that note, Bremen, do you have any people? I need some mercs. Okay. So I got attacked and they took my stuff. Let's get some escorts. Escort mercenaries will protect your wagon trains from attacks and tax collect. Okay, sure, great. Can't wait for that not to happen. Welcome to Minden. Yeah, I can see why this is the smallest city. I wonder how far out it goes. I could tell them to build a new city wall, but I have no right to build anything. So... It's funny because you actually have to click on the market hall to sell stuff now. Alright, take my everything. I don't even care. Profits.
I see you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Can't wait for him to tell me to piss off. It's a funny state of affairs. There we go. I'm the most popular man in Minden. So I go to the guild and I say I want to join, and they go, bend over please. Alright, we take it and we get all this other stuff. Great, now I can build goodies here. Build a counting house.
You're commissioning a counting house? For your own sake, you should leave it at that. I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continuous expansion in my city. You are disturbing my business.
He has a lot of things to say, but let's just let him blow some steam. Now, apparently I'm meant to build tools here. There is no way that I'm going to have the goodies set up to actually make these tools, but whatever. I'm just going to...
You no longer need to try to produce goods here. I have everything under control.
I'm going to set this stuff up. There we go. And then I go to the city council and I say, for the love of God, build that wall. I'll even give you 200,000 if you do it now. And they go, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. But they probably need a bit more money. They're going to do it? Yes. Wow, what a tiny place. Like, joke tiny. Okay, but that's good. What I'm now going to do is see all that stuff that I sold them. I'm taking it right back because I don't care in the slightest about how nice Minden is right now. I've already gotten my what am I looking for here? I've got my everything I need basically, so I'm buying all my stuff back up. Sure, they hate me, but I'll fix that when I actually sell stuff to them. And then we carry along our merry way some more, over to Erfurt.
So that's what you get.
Worker uprising in Bremen, that is not again. I had maximum security. He killed everyone in Bremen. Well, almost. 3,032. Well, we won't be seeing much hemp from Bremen for a while. Get a meal for the poor to try and repair the situation. The honeymoon period ends quickly when Jake arrives in town. I see you are helping me develop my I see you're building counting house. I expect you to cut me in over. I had to tear down my business. Well, pretty much. That's how it's meant to be. We're not in this to make friends. We're in this to make money. I should have that tattooed across my chest or something. No sound effect for these things reaching the city, which is sad. Okay, Erfurt's even in a sorrier state. They have a church and little else. And they're starving. Those burgers are starving. But once again, I can just say, take all my stuff. What do I care?
I see you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Sure. I'll keep it up. And once again, I go to the guild and it just gets more and more expensive.
You're commissioning a counting house? For your own sake, you should leave it at that. I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continuous expansion in my city. You are disturbing my business.
A bit more helpful here. Apparently I'm meant to produce a lot of metal here, so I'm going to put a lot of Bjorns on the side.
You no longer need to try to produce goods here. I have everything under control.
I mean, I will likely come back and sort these walls out, but that is going to be a lot of work. So just how far out can I build here? I wonder. Quite far. Probably good in manipulating the wall structure, but that I can deal with later. In the meantime, I want you to build that wall. Not a minister. Or, you know, you could let me do anything here. There we go. City wall. 200,000. Wow. Wow, they are fussy people. Okay, and they're building that wall now. Actually, pretty good way to build it as well. Once again, though, I sold them all my stuff, and I'm taking it right back. Doesn't matter to me if these guys starve. But when does it ever? I need my goodies to get my popularity in these places. Oh, too much of something. Probably metal. Take it back. I do not need it. 4 stages of grief, Jake, or the DEFCON system of assessing impending nuclear war. Sounds dangerous. Alright, off to Berlin. What? It's a strange bit of pathfinding, but whatever works for you. This is Berlin. Looks familiar. Oh,
I see you are helping me develop my
exciting
city.
this is?
Keep
Not at
up the
all.
good work.
Alright, membership is starting to become a problem here. Fortunately, I can spacebar my way into money. And of course, my counting house.
You're commissioning a counting house? For your own sake, you should leave it at that. I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continuous expansion in my city. You are disturbing my business.
Now, Berlin is meant to be making me tools and cloth. Man, we produce a lot of tools in these inland city places.
You no longer need to try to produce goods here. I have everything under control.
Man, Germany's so good. They just have everything. Alright, grand, and once again, I want you to build that wall. Except they don't want to build that wall, so they can just go and stuff themselves. Wagon train grabs its goodies once more, and the Lone Ranger rides again. Do I even have the money to do this? I'm running sadly out of money, but once again we spacebar our way to money around here, and then we head off once more.
So that's what you get.
Reputation damage and roster. Okay, so in what sense did they damage my reputation? Maybe for being the... No, I'm just as popular as ever. You can mod wagons to be bigger, but I think the number of guards per wagon is fixed to 5. Nah. No walls in Berlin. What, you mean none at all? No, they had walls here. I just can't really expand them right now. But that's okay. Let's be a poser and posing. Support us, please. No. Why would I? I will, however, give you all this stuff. I'm sure it'll make you happy. They produce wine, so they're less impressed by that, but it's okay. And, oh right, I do not have the money to make anyone that happy here. Well, if that's the case, I'll be taking my stuff back, thanks. And just sit back and chill until I got the dosh. In the meantime, make sure that everything's fine here, and especially the Harlem are getting their hemp, because we've had troubles with that before. But it looks good. As long as people aren't starving. And why am I getting attacked without my guards doing anything? I mean, right there, my guard should be... Malma? Guard? Where's the Malma guard? Do I have a guard that's just not doing anything? Alright, when I find the mod that's too lazy to fight... Malma. I guess I never sent one to Malma. Madness. Why would I... Why indeed would I not have one there? I don't think I have anyone just sitting around, do I? Golden Horde, Cog, and some other guy. Also Shipyard is not producing ships. That's gotta be fixed. Okay, so this pirate's had easy run of everything for a while, which means I need to grab Hunter. Any Hunter will do at this point. And rip him to shreds, of course. Beautiful. That's kind of good because I get back all those ships that I've been losing out on. Not ships, but items. Take this stuff off my hands and make me some money. Especially take this ship off my hands. Funny, I go around and every time I tell them to make me tons of these carvels. Like, I think I tell them to make me years worth of carvels. But so often I find places that just ain't making me any. They either make them too fast or I have poor understanding of the passage of time. So I wonder if anybody's not giving me the goods here. I think somebody had too much clay. Rostock, do you actually make me clay? I mean, I'd be very surprised if you do not, since you're rolling in the stuff. But you have a lot of weavers. 91 and 104. Right, there's my clay pits. And I probably just don't have anybody bringing the clay back. Rostock grain unsink. Okay, you really need to not working. Otto Meow, Marvin the Guard. Metal Center while you're working. Then there's a cloth that just never seems to get delivered. Fireface. Okay. And the brick issue seems like something that Wildcard Thagnus can deal with. Wildcard Thagnus is meant to be dealing with the salt issue, but the salt issue got auto-dealt with. That's okay. Yeah, I know I need to go around my guards and pick up their extra ships that are not being put to use right now. Take the bricks. I seem to have tons of those. Flotsam for Grimsby. Alright, so I'm over in Posen, which means probably something. Yes, that's right, I want to be popular. Hang on, where's my wagon train? How do I actually select the thing? Is it here? There we go, that's nice. Glad I'm learning as we go here. Take my super expensive goods. And it's these fancy things that make you very popular. And then I can get my membership, get my everything else.
You're commissioning a counting house? For your own sake. You should leave it at that.
You know, these inland cities are pretty comfy.
I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continued expansion in my city. You're disturbing my business. You no longer need to try to produce goods here. I have everything under control.
There's something almost cute about this guy, the way that he's just so desperate for me not to steal his everything. Well, too bad. I think... No, I didn't do Breslau yet. But I'm about to do
So,
Breslau.
that's what you get.
Stettin, he destroyed 7,000 of my goods here. 7,000. Yeah, okay. How was my security? Oh, it was maximum. Well, let's make it more than maximum. Also, Stettin's population is big. I should be doing something about that. What can I do about it? I mean, I could lower... Didn't I build some buildings to intentionally lower something here? I have 107 things. I think I built 3 of something just to do that with. Where would I have built such a thing? Alright, these smelters. Just reduce that because I don't want any, or maybe we can keep it at like that level. Don't want that population increasing, and it's only going to increase if my competitor builds more businesses. Storage costs here in Stettin? No, what for? Yeah, really though, what for? Do I just not have my bricks flowing enough? Don't have them flowing at all is the problem. But that's okay. Breslau is my town, so I expect you to cut me in on the profit, says Mrofa. Well, I actually need some profits to be cutting people in on, so I need to spacebar my way to money. At least auto trading is making me somewhat popular in these places. And Danzig really needs to stop starving and start making me some wine, as well as other miscellaneous goods. I didn't mean to destroy that one. Well, whatever works. Alright, that should be the money to get me established here in Breslau. Let's grab my wagon, wherever it is. Here we go. Man, I am popular here. It's a lot easier to be popular in places with very few people. I guess they see you as their knight in shining armor. There we go. We get all the everything we need, and...
You're commissioning a counting house? For your own sake. You should leave it at that. I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continued expansion in my city. You're disturbing my business. You no longer need to try to produce goods here. I have everything under control.
Now, you might think I'd eventually get tired of hearing that, but I really don't. It's the idea of doing horrible things to my enemies. It feels good. At least we're not getting attacked on the roads here. Maybe at a certain level of mercenary, they just don't mess with you. That's what I hope for. That's what I really hope for. Okay, I don't actually have the money to take over Warsaw, so I just get to sit back and admire things growing for now. Getting too much of some goods, which maybe means I'm not producing enough of others. But that's okay, the storage costs I incur for this are pittance. It's kind of good to have an amount built up of them. Don't like the fact that grain shortages are rampant though. And I got so much grain there, it just tells me that I'm not producing enough overall. Which is bad. Grain should be the easiest thing to plentifully put everywhere. Jake, stop forgetting to build walls. There's really no big need for the walls right now. Plus, it's another big expense that I don't have the money for. I can build those later. And so the lack of grain is disturbing. I mean, I wouldn't mind the lack of grain if I had plenty of the other foods too, but it's not like I'm rolling in cheese. And the fish, well, we're having trouble with that due to lack of salt. The salt is meant to be coming in from Boston. And Boston does have wood now. Good, so we seem to solve the wood issue. As long as the salt things flow. Alright, that's the kind of dosh I can get behind. So originally the guild want 6 million from me. 6.8 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can't bring that one down. Let's be a popular man. $5.4, how nice. Guess what I'm building?
You're commissioning a counting house? For your own sake, you should leave it at that.
I mean, it's kind of nice that they're looking out for
I
you.
expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continued expansion in my city. You're disturbing my business. You no longer need to try to produce goods here. I have everything under control.
It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a real problem actually making these cities go up and running. So, and I'll go over my plans once I've finished building up the last one, because I'm going to have a coherent train of thought for it, a wagon train of thought even. It's going to take ages for them to build my goods too, since there are just not the resources for it. Okay, what am I trying to do though? Maybe I can poke them to build a better wall. City wall, 500,000. There we go. Just get it done, will you? There we go. Yeah, you're right, it's a clever thing to do. That leaves Connors for last. It's the only place I don't have a counting. You know what? Let's automatic it. Boom.
So, that's what you get.
Nothing. Thanks, I guess. Ooh, actual things getting in my way here. Right. And this place isn't too destroyed because it produces both grain and cheese, which means it will almost never starve. Unless I buy up those businesses and put them to absolutely no output. Or I constantly buy up all the food. That would be kind of funny for me. Okay, market house. I didn't buy up my stuff again from that last place. That's a problem. Probably won't be able to get enough happiness from selling my non-luxurious goods here. Nope, no I cannot. Well, you know what, keep those things for now. I'm heading back to Warsaw to get my spices and stuff. It's also a bit harder to impress these locals because, well, there are more of them. I mean, you can go to the church and donate money, 20,000 ducats for happiness. Honestly, that's not a lot of money right now. I could just go ching, take my dosh. But that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to make money and be happy. Ooh, made it. Once more though, guild membership. And there we go. We have rights everywhere. We have counting houses.
Don't even
everywhere.
think of building any more buildings here. I was doing very well here without you, I'll have you know. So, you want to lure my tenants away? You are not the first to try. Get out. I see you enjoy baiting me. I told you to stop trying to expand your holdings in my city. Which part did you not understand?
I like that guy a lot.
You no longer need to try to produce goods here, as I am better at it anyways.
So Mr. Riga doesn't like us very much, but that's okay. Not many patricians do. But hey, we fund advancement, technology, all the good stuff in the world. Take my money, build a better wall, and nice, they're on it. Oh, very good. Now I'm thinking Kaunas here, because I can't be bothered to set things up proper. Could probably go around everywhere just auto-trading. Wow, I actually can't add any more. Here, I thought that was a joke. Alright, well, just auto-trade everything you can see. I don't care that much. Just keep yourselves working. And I'm gonna get really annoyed when you keep getting attacked by so-called tax collectors. Yeah, I can speak my mind and crit the hay. Not that I never don't speak my mind. It's one of my strengths. Okay, so I was presented with choices when doing this. Also, I need a name for auto. What do we have here? None of the ship ones make much sense anymore. Let's check with ship names. Auto Mr. Scrooge. Yeah, sure. Get to work on it though. So, I was faced with options here. All these inland guys are really hard to marry in with the coastal ones because they don't have a lot of ties to them. So we've got some roads that do go to Rostock, Lübeck and Hamburg and Bremen, sure. We have kind of an off bit that goes to Groningen at the very end. It has to go to Nimwegen though and Cologne, and only then it can meet up with Erfurt and Minden. Otherwise you're looped in with Kongsberg and Riga. So not a lot of coastal cities that you can actually tie into the whole trading system. But given that what they produce, and I can look at that at my glorious spreadsheet of course, pay attention only to these lines. There we go. So everything in yellow is what's produced, so it's more important to look at what's not produced. We don't have access to beer, we don't have access to fish, we don't have access to pitch, pelts, meat. So that's quite a few goods that we can't produce locally here, but most importantly, 2 of them are food. That's pretty tight. No fish, no meat. It's not unsurvivable. People will not starve if they have 2 types of food, so with enough grain and cheese I could have a nice equilibrium here. But with so many goods missing, there will always be stuff overproduced there, so that begs the question, are we going to overproduce on tools and... Okay, well we can't overproduce on pelts or pitch because I don't produce either of them in inland cities, so I'd have to overproduce on tools, send them over to one of the coastal cities like... Well, best one really would be Bruges, and then I would have ships sailing down to the Mediterranean to get rid of that. I don't like that idea, so what I have done in this whole document is figured out a way that the inland cities can make goods that work towards the entire perfect Hansa and then also be supplied by stuff made elsewhere. The total population is apparently going to be 2.304 million, if my calculations are correct. I hope they're correct. That's under the assumption that my people are going to be stark naked, because I will not produce much clothing at all. In fact, I will be producing about 1/10 of what they expect. I mean, no less than that. 60,000 population demand 346.8 barrels of clothing every 10 days. I'll be supplying less than 30 clothing every 10 days. That's how nasty I am. I'd say it's best to have 1 or 2 coastal hubs and distribute to and from there between inland and Aalborg. That's correct. That's where things are about to get a bit more complicated. What I need to do is I need to shift my hub from being Aalborg to being somewhere else. Now, it doesn't really matter if that place is somewhere that I'm mayor or not. I'd rather it was somewhere that I was mayor, but it doesn't have to be. So I will probably move it to somewhere extremely central. Excuse me, I'm dying here. Hamburg, Lübeck, Rostock are all excellent choices. I'll probably choose Rostock. And then from Rostock, everything will go, and that means all the wagon trains will go from Rostock as well. I don't like setting up multiple hubs because it's a pain to distribute between the two. One central hub works well for me because I'm not playing with frozen, well, any freezing, so that's good. Also gives me one central place to see if I have too many resources coming out or in or whatever. But the wonderful thing about moving my hub from Aalborg to Rostock is that every single one of these, every single one, I am going to have to replace Aalborg with Rostock as either their destination or where they get the goods from. Game, how many convoys do I have? Just lay it on me. You must have it somewhere, right? You have 192 convoys and 144 trade routes. Thanks, game. I'm going to enjoy sorting that out. But I will sort it out because this is going to be the perfect Hansa. That's exactly how I'm going to do it. Probably going to take a good half hour to do, and whilst I'm doing that I might as well offset all the ships I have on the guard fleet so I can have more boats. Otherwise, excuse me. Otherwise, all the cities seem pretty well done. I mean, they are either at 10,000 or working their way up towards it. And then, if we look back at the spreadsheet, we are going to change from our current setup where everybody is expected to have, where is it? Over here, everybody is expected to have a town population of 10,000, except for Haarlem. And we're going to go down to where most people have a population of about 60,000. Fun. That's going to be a lot of building. It's going to be building for 40 cities. But we're not going to do that now. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get so much sleep. And then I'll be back tomorrow with the weekly one-shot that I have no idea what it's going to be. But we'll figure it out, won't we? Probably even play some grilling floor too. I'm looking forward to that. Fish Lips 13 says I'm a little optimistic, thinking it'll take half an hour. Maybe just. Might be worth using auto hotkey to help with mass renaming, Jake. What is auto hotkey? Sounds useful. Is it wise to make that huge jump in one go? Not build up to 20k in each city first? The thing to do is to build everywhere, and then they will gradually get all their things built up. But the most important thing, I suppose, is to build up the places that produce wood and clay first, because I'm going to need a lot of wood and a lot of clay for all the building I'm going to do. And I should just write off storage costs as a thing that's going to happen. Okay, I gotta hit that hey bad. Cheers for joining for Patrician and indeed for Europa Universalis 4. I'll be back with more over the weekend, most likely. Cheerio.